exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
This offseason has just been to finish and to build that toughness and grit, and that happens in training camp.
Travis Etienne fakes the handoff, runs it to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Travis Etienne out of the Wildcat.
Now, going into my year 3, it's about me putting all the pieces together from my year 1 to year 2, and now I feel like I'm able to just go out there and play ball with it.
He's going to get in. He's going to get sacked back at the 20-yard line. Trayvon Walker made the sack.
I can make every play on the field. That's the position that I'm put in at all times, and, learn the capabilities that I can and will do it. Stop the run, be able to rush the passer, just, executing your technique, man. If I can do that well, I can dominate.
He scrambles away. He's going to get hit. He's going to get sacked. Josh Allen got him inside the 40-yard line. He couldn't spin away that time. What a play by Josh Allen.
I never like to say too much before the year starts because it's a long year and you got to earn it every week. But I will say this is definitely the most talented team that I've been a part of since I've been here. No question about that. And I think the leadership is as good or better than I've ever seen it.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and
Hold my pocket,
Dylan Denmark.
All right, welcome in everybody and happy opening day of the NFL season. What's that you say? Your Jaguars don't play for 3 days? That is correct. So sit back and root for some carnage over the first couple of nights as we got Kansas City hosting Baltimore tonight and Philadelphia doing the honors with Green Bay down in Brazil on Friday night. Good morning, Tony Smith.
Good morning.
Is that your Breakfast Bowl championship bowl on display?
It is the back-to-back Champions Bowl.
May I see that, please? Yeah. Don't worry, I won't smash it. Yeah. My name is on here, yeah.
Is my oatmeal in that?
It's going way back. Your oatmeal's not in here, by the way. No. Who made this bowl?
That was my...
This is the one that stood the test of time. Yeah.
What are the champs? Can you read the champs?
It'd be Mike Dempsey. Mike DeRocco.
21? No, what year did we start?
19.
19.
Yeah, I
not
won
even close.
So I won in 19. You won in 20.
Okay.
Taylor Dahl won in 21.
Yeah.
And then Tony's won the last 2.
Wow.
So there you go. I don't see Dylan's name on there.
Yeah.
I don't see ET's name on there. Mm-hmm. They participated in the Breakfast Bowl.
In due time.
That's all I've got going for me right now. I've got more than the guys who've won absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Drafting is over. How did you like your cumulative 3 days of drafting, Tony Smith, and the Jaguars today?
Last night was probably the most fun I had because it was a completely different draft position. I was in the 15th spot in a 16-team draft, so it was fun to draft from the back
13
end.
out of 14, I think.
Yeah, 13 out. I was back at the end of it.
Right.
And, that was fun. I hadn't been back there for any of the drafts I've had to this point this year, so it was a new perspective on it, and I think in the end it's probably my favorite team, but I'm putting the wait on quarterback theory to a real test in that particular league. Geno Smith is my quarterback for now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it could work.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all works out. I told you, I thought back third of the draft at least because I got the 5th pick the first 2 nights. I got the 2nd pick last night. Taylor Dahl had the first pick.
We're up there, all 3.
Hey, come on, Taylor. Pick a bear at number 1. Pick a bear number. Look, here's how it works, Mr. ESPN. You want to throw your own software under the bus? Okay. Randomly generated 1 hour before the start of the draft. All right. I hope you are miserable this year, Mike DeRocco, but at least you showed up for the draft the other night.
Yes, I did, despite all kinds of hell breaking loose.
Yeah, well, you had all kinds of breaking news stories going on. The Brandon McManus lawsuit was dropped, but technically it seems like it's just a matter of the 2 women who were Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2, if they're going to put this forward, are going to have to put their names on the lawsuit and then refile it. It seems like this is just a momentary pause in the proceedings.
Yeah, they had 10 days from the Tuesday to refile with their names.
I'm a legal scholar.
And that's, according to Tony Busby, their attorney, they anticipated that, and they're planning on moving forward.
Yes, Tony Busby, who represented most of the victims, I think,
almost
in the Deshaun Watson, all but maybe one
or two,
something like that. Yeah,
against Deshaun Watson. Yes.
Yes. So, look, some allegations. We'll see how it all plays out against Brandon McManus in particular, but against the Jags for lack of oversight as well. So again, we'll see how it plays out. For now, it's a back burner story, and we'll see, down the line what the end result is. But D-Rock, what's your sense of how confident? Doug Peterson's speaking like every 5 minutes this week. He's talking quite a bit. Now that we want the content for sure. But what's your sense of how confident Doug Peterson is, his coaching staff is, in terms of how ready they think the Jaguars are to play this week?
Oh, at the highest level at this point. There's always that element of unknown, which he talked about on Monday or Wednesday, whatever day that was. Partly because it's new defense over there in Miami, so they're not 100% sure what they're going to get there, and obviously you're running a new defense with a new coordinator, so there's a little bit of uncertainty there. But clearly they believe in Ryan Nielsen and the scheme that he's put in there. But yeah, I mean, if you're not confident after the camp that they've had and the preseason that they had, that would be a really bad sign and something to worry about from a fan's perspective. But that was as good a camp as you could have hoped to have had for the Jags.
When it comes to Eric Armstead, Doug said should not be on a pitch count. What kind of impact do you think he makes early in the season? I'm not saying he's playing every snap.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want people to think, he's going to be in there like that. No, I mean, I think if their plan was, hey, we're going to have him play 25 snaps a week, that's what they're going to have him do on the first one. It's not like they're going to say, all right, we're only going to put him out there for 10 snaps this week. So it's not like he's going to be out there every single snap. So don't misunderstand that from a snap count thing or snap count limitation there.
What do you think? Like that even sounds very low to me.
Oh, yeah, I was just pulling that number out.
I got you. Do you have, like, is he a 60? That's what I think. Like, he's a 60% snap guy.
I think in a perfect world, you could have enough defensive guys to where they'd all be right around that number. Defensive line guys where they would all be around that number. I don't think that'll be the case. I think, obviously, guys like Trayvon and Josh will play the majority of the defensive snaps. But I think if they can keep Eric Armstead in that 50 to 60% snap range, that should be good enough to keep him fresh for most of the season. And he said it in the preseason, and obviously, like, it's important to have him, but it's more important to have him in December because you're operating under the assumption that you're going to be making a playoff push in December, and you're better off having the experienced pass rushing guy in the back half of the season when it's more critical than you are in the first half.
It's tough, though, Tony, because when he's not on there, one of your best players is not on the field, right? And I get that there's going to be a rotation, right? But if you're only playing half the time, it's like, man, we want to make sure we manage him, but we also want to win this game right now that's sitting out there in front of us.
Well, and we had a depth chart released this week that makes this a question that can at least be asked, even if it's ridiculous. Will Eric Armstead or Chad Muma have a higher snap count this week for the Jacksonville Jaguars? They're at least talking about him being a situational player in the same position as Devin Lloyd. How real is the possibility of Devin Lloyd not being the second linebacker on the field for the Jags when they only have two?
Well, when they only have two, I would expect Devin Lloyd to be there. I think it would be Foye and Devin Lloyd. If they're in the 4-2-5, then I would expect.
Then why
it to
list
be
them
Lloyd.
as co-starters?
Because they don't care about depth charts. You've heard Ryan Nielsen say it all spring. There is no depth chart. There is no, none of these depth charts. I would.
If you really didn't care about depth charts, Trayvon Walker or Mason Cole. There you go. I mean, come on. We know there are some guys that it would be foolish if you put four next to their name.
Most people don't know this, but generally those depth charts aren't compiled by the coaches themselves.
Who's doing it? The PR staff?
It's run by those guys, and the coaches take a look at it and go, "Yeah, that's fine," or maybe make a change here or there. But it's not like Ryan Nielsen is in there every week, updating the depth chart. I mean, and look, and in the NFL, you can mostly figure out the depth charts for 90% anyway. But I do, I expect Devin Lloyd to be on the field if they're in two linebackers, and I expect Muma to play over Yasir Abdullah as strong side linebacker if they've got three there.
Do you expect Darnell Savage to be the nickel when they're in nickel?
I do.
And that's
what we've seen.
But in base defense, and we don't know, everyone, they're not going to be in base defense that often. Sometimes they're in base defense, right? Correct. And there are two safeties, and there are only two corners on the field. And Savage listed along with Cisco as a starter. So then are you putting stock in that in terms of the base.
Yeah, and I do. Yes, that would be my expectation when they're in 4 defensive backs. Mm-hmm. It's Darby and Tyson Campbell now wearing number 3, as we all know, and Cisco and Savage. That would be my expectation. Yes. Then when Savage moves to the nickel, Antonio Johnson on the field, and there'll be some rotational things where Savage may not be on the field when they're in base defense, and you get a little bit more of Antonio Johnson, Andre Cisco.
For a particular look.
Yeah, like if you're facing like the Ravens, for example, and you're in the base defense, I would expect, probably more Antonio Johnson there as strong safety or at safety alongside with Andre Cisco than Darnell Savage. But, we'll see. It just I get a feeling, too, that they're going to go with the guy who's playing the best at that particular time. There's no, okay, well, we got to get this guy on the field because that's what you would normally do against this lineup or this situation we're in. They're going to play the hot guy, which makes sense.
All right, well, today, being that it is the kickoff of the NFL season, we're going to go through all the divisions, make our picks today, our wild cards, our Super Bowl matchup. We do it every year. And then we look at it in January and laugh at how poorly we did in many cases. This is kind of the nature of the National Football League. We understand that there's a lot of turnover, maybe 6 to 7 teams every year turning it over. I don't think I have that much turnover in my own predictions this year.
I don't either. I think I have maybe 3 new
I got a
teams.
few new teams in there.
Yeah.
Not too many, but we'll get to that. Yesterday we heard a lot from the head coach, Doug Peterson. Today we'll hear from your quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. That's coming up in a few minutes, but let's not bury the lead here. It's Breakfast Bowl, day 1 of the 2024 season. Let's just say if this was week 2 and I had lost last week, I don't know if anybody would have breakfast right now because I cut a little bit close this morning on the old, I don't know what happened with the alarm clock situation, but I'm here. I made it. I'm excited because D-Rock is here. I'm most excited because Dylan Denmark is here, obviously. So today, if you want to be a part of the program, not going to be a whole lot of time to squeeze you in, but we'd like to hear your reaction and thoughts to anything Jaguar related. The question of the day asking you which 7 AFC teams will make the playoffs this season. Just give us the 7 teams in the AFC that are going to make the postseason. Are your Jags in there? You can list them in any order you like. I'm going to presume if you list them with the Jags or the Chiefs at the top, that you're listing them in the order of how you think they're going to finish in the AFC. Or maybe you're just putting the Jags at the top because they are top of mind for you. But regardless, you can weigh in today on the Garber Auto Mall phone lines at 641-1010. Same number for the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Jump in that YouTube virtual studio chat. And you can also hit us up on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at ESPN DeRocco, and at 1010XL Denmark. It has begun. What about Denmark last night, Tony? I thought I very, very, after it occurred the night before, just put in there, reminder, don't be mentioning people who have not been drafted.
Yeah.
And then 3 minutes later, Dylan's like, where's my dog Ridley at? Nobody going to take him? What's up with that, Pockets?
I'm just sorry we're in this situation.
Man, and then Pockets ended. I don't know if Pockets felt like he really was his dog or he felt like, I better take him now. And I think Dylan went with Ridley, I want to say in the 4th round, was it? Something like that, whatever the case may be. So, I don't know. He didn't have a whole lot to say for himself this morning. We'll hear from Trevor Lawrence when we return in a moment. D-Rock is in studio with us. Happy kickoff to the NFL season. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. You know what? If you got a plan, if you got a goal, you usually have a path and you know how to get there. Maybe it's a trip, right? Yeah, well, you plot it out. You check the airline schedule, whatever the case may be. You've got a clear course to reach your goal. What if your goal is to lose 40 or 50 pounds? Where is that clear path presenting itself? You read all kinds of reviews, talk with a few friends, try something out. Maybe some people say, hey, this worked for me, that didn't work for me. I don't know anybody who's tried Awaken 180 weight loss and they've said, it hasn't worked for me. Everybody's getting incredible results for it. All you have to do is follow their instructions and eat to lose weight. It's not an exercise program. It's not medications. There's no injections with Awaken 180. You're going to look at food differently. Trust me. It's worked for me. I dropped the pounds I needed to drop, hit my goal weight, and I've been able to keep that weight off now for nearly a year. You can be the next Awaken 180 success story, just like myself, Hacker, and Matt Hayes. Call 844-346-1800 or schedule a free consultation online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. It's the play that influenced the outcome.
Handoff inside, he sees it, now he goes and gets it. Nice play coming downhill.
Listen for the performance painting high performance play of the game on 1010XL. Performance painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Now, the Florida State Seminole Report, brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team.
Florida State punter Alex Mastromano is the Ray Guy Award punter of the week for his performance Monday night against Boston College. Mastromano had 3 punts travel at least 50 yards and matched his career long with a 65-yard punt. For the season, Mastromano was averaging 49.9 yards on 8 punts, with 3 landing inside the 20-yard line. I'm RJ Saunders with your Ag Pro Seminole Report.
The kickoff to savings event is here at AgPro. Through September 30th, we're offering 0 down and 0% for 84 months on John Deere compact tractors. Get a 1025R tractor with loader for just $279.99 per month, or a 3025E tractor with loader for only $349.99 per month. Visit your local AgPro store today. Offer ends September 30th. Limited time offer. Some exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Roof damage? Call before you claim. Green Law Group, fighting insurance companies for you. They will work for you when you have roof damage. Don't let your insurance deny you. Don't call an adjuster. Call Green Law Group at 904-302-7055. Remember, if you have roof damage, call Green Law Group before you claim. They've settled millions and will work hard to get your claim and new roof. Green Law Group. Call before you claim. 904-302-7055.
Jaguars Today Thursday is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators. People need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity's super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house?
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Did you know you can charge the all-new Honda Electric Prologue in the same receptacle as your phone? You don't need these special charging stations at your home. Simply plug in your Honda or your phone. See your local Honda dealer now. We're electrified.
Are you ready to upgrade your home? Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Anderson. Energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires September 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit rbafla.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
Atlantic Self-Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self-Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
Good people drink good beer, and great people drink Mocama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mocama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mocama has the perfect fare for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mocama.
I-9 Sports wants to make sure kids all over the First Coast can enjoy growing up on a field or in a gym. And right now, fall and winter registration is open. Find out what I-9 Sports offers across Duval, Clay, and St. John's. I9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, quarterback. Jacksonville Jaguars. D-Rock, who do you think is going to be starting since the depth chart doesn't mean anything? Are we going with Trevor Lawrence again this year? Is that who we're going to cast our lot with?
Yeah, I'd put a 51% chance
51?
on that. Yeah.
All right, 51, 49?
Yeah, 49.
Just going to lean into the odds today.
I would lean towards Lawrence.
I think it's a good sign that they brought him up yesterday to have a midweek press conference. It's probably a good indication of where this is all going.
I would think that would be an indication.
Tyson Campbell named the 6th captain for this week, I believe. I saw that yesterday.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I saw that tweeted out, I think, last night by the Jaguars account. They're going to have a rotating 6th captain, it looks like, every week. So there you go.
Good for that.
Follow the money, right? I mean, in the end, Trevor got paid, Josh Hines-Allen got paid, Foye got paid. And
Ingram got paid, too.
Ingram did get paid, too. Yeah, so they all got paid.
Everybody that got big money, you are wearing the C.
But if you got it this offseason in particular, Logan Cook's like, where's mine? Where's mine? All right, let's get into a little bit of Trevor Lawrence. We're going to make our NFL divisional wild card prediction, Super Bowl matchup. That's coming up here in about 20 minutes. We got the Breakfast Bowl an hour away right now as it's time to talk a little Jaguar football. And speaking of being a team captain, Trevor Lawrence talked about the honor.
No, I mean, I think it's obviously being a captain's important. I take a lot of pride in that, and all of our guys do. I think it says a lot about, how your teammates think of you. So, of course, I'm very appreciative and don't take it lightly. So every year that I get an opportunity to, because your team changes every year. So, you build new relationships, you got to lead every day, every season, it changes a little bit, the dynamic. So for me, obviously it's a big honor, and I know the other guys feel the same way.
D-Rock, Trevor Lawrence went on to talk about in the press conference how he's not a big rah-rah speech guy. That's not him, right? And he's not going to get up and wow the room with that. So how does he exhibit leadership? In your opinion, when you watch him and how much do you guys gravitate to him and understand that we're not getting anywhere without this guy?
Oh, I mean, number one, the way he works, the way he stays extra, studies, all that kind of stuff that you'd expect. But he's more of that quiet leader too, where he'll talk to guys after every play in practice, especially if something went wrong. He goes over very quietly and they're chatting, explaining that kind of stuff. He's a real likable guy too, so that obviously helps from that standpoint. But the guys, when you like a guy, you want to help the guy. You want to do what you can to make him play better, and you want to follow that guy. I mean, he isn't the rah-rah guy, and I know everybody wants their quarterback to be like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, screaming and yelling and fist pumping and all that stuff. So, but not everybody's like that. But, when you do see it out of Trevor, that does sort of send that message, okay, he's a little extra hyped here. He's a little extra fired up. Let's LFG, as they say, you know what I mean? As Tom Brady made famous there. It's hard not to like Trevor if you're a player in that locker room. And that is probably his biggest advantage from that standpoint. Because if you're going to be the quiet leader, you got to be somebody everybody respects and likes.
We've talked a lot all week, obviously, about the challenges that the Dolphins offense presents for the Jags defensively this week. Well, Trevor doesn't play against the Dolphins offense. He plays against the Dolphins defense, and he was asked about getting ready for that challenge coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, it's challenging. When you're early games in the season are always a little tough, but especially when it's a new defensive coordinator. So you try to, piece it all together, some preseason stuff, some Baltimore stuff, all those things. You got to kind of try to, take your educated guesses on, what you're going to see, and you got to prepare kind of for everything. And obviously it'll be a big game where you adjust as you go and you kind of see what they're doing. And obviously everyone has a game plan. So once we go in and we figure out what theirs is, it's on us to make the adjustments and, try to execute what we think is the best plays versus whatever they're doing.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, too. Jalen Phillips said to be on a snap count this week. Probably Miami's best pass rusher that's available for the game, at least, at this stage of everyone's respective career out there. Tony Bradley Chubb on the physical end, able to perform with. So it's a good opportunity. This is not going to be the full-strength Miami defense. Jalen Ramsey hasn't been practicing.
Yeah, didn't practice yesterday. We'll see. Today's practice report is important in that regard.
You would think that he's going to do everything possible to get that sore back going before the Jaguars come to town this week.
Yeah.
D-Rock, I asked you a moment ago off the air, what's the likelihood that Press Taylor is your opening day play caller, and you put that percentage at 99%.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he's not calling plays.
Why is Doug Peterson just having fun at this point? Is he just being coy, or what's the?
Sure. Yes, I think he's tired of the question, and I think
then answer it.
I think he's just like, it doesn't really make a difference. It's we're the same guy. We put the play the game plan together. It's my offense. He's grown up in it. If he's making a play call, I fully support that play call, and it's most likely, almost certainly, the same play call I would make in that situation. And, oh, by the way, I'm on the headsets, and I can veto whatever I want. But he's the one who opened the door, because he said back in February, what was it, at the Combine, that I can't remember who asked him. Might have been Brent Martineau, and said, hey, you can, considering taking over play calling or taking it back. And he was like, we're evaluating that. And then he has just not addressed it after that. We're still looking at it. Still not thinking about it.
And the owner did address it, right? The owner expressed a preference for the head coach doing it. Right?
Like, I know what I would like him to do.
I mean, it does make it. I think it's a legitimate inquiry. I don't understand what the big deal. We're going to find out who it is. And like you said, we all assume it's Press Taylor at this point in time. And so much so that Trevor Lawrence was asked, what's the difference for Press Taylor when you're working with him, whether he's in the booth or whether he's on the sideline calling these plays?
I think it'll be good. I said early on, besides just being able to communicate faster, I don't really know how much will change. I think it'll be good, and he'll be able to feel the game. It's just different being in the box. I'm sure I haven't been up there, but you're separated from the players and the game on field, and it feels a little bit different being out there. So could bring a new element. I think it'll be good to be able to run over there and talk to him face to face instead of through a headset or through a coach that has a headset on, because I'm not keeping my helmet on when I'm on the sideline. So that communication, I think, will be even sharper. But besides that, I don't think it'll change too much, but I think it'll be good for us, if anything.
Imagine Trevor's surprise when he runs up to Press, and Press is like, I'm not calling.
That's Doug.
That's Doug. You should have. He didn't tell you either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Clearly, 16 is pretty convinced that Press Taylor's the guy.
Under the assumption that the status quo.
Yes, and look, I tend to agree. I don't think it does make that big of a deal, but when the owner weighs in, it becomes a little bit bigger of a deal. Is Shad Khan's trying to put his thumb on the scale a little bit this offseason, and which is his right as the owner of the franchise, right?
And with that, and Tony and I were talking about this on your frantic drive into the office or to the station here. He said, I'm going to empower Doug to make the decision. But with that comes, okay, this better be the right decision, right. Which, and again, we've talked about this before. If I'm listing the top 10 reasons why the offense was poopy at times last year, play calling's not one of them. It's just not. And, were there times that maybe Doug would have called different plays? Yeah, absolutely. Probably, most likely. But when your center's getting turtled, there's not a whole lot of play calls you can call that are going to overcome that type of thing. And you don't have your top two wide receivers, and your quarterback is banged up and hasn't practiced in, 4 weeks, and your other receiver, you're not 100% sure if he's in the right spot or not. And then, okay, the guy that's Subbing in for one of the other receivers is a rookie and doesn't really know where he's supposed to be at times either. I mean, we can just go down and down.
All these things happen, right. Understood. With
Not
all
going to rehash it, but yeah.
There is something to be said, though, for having that last move to make, too. Like, all right, if I really don't think it's that big of a deal, like once Doug takes the play calling.
Can't go back.
He's not going back, right? So, like you see it with the New York Giants. Brian Daboll said, yeah, I'm going to, like, he realizes I got to get something done now or I might not be here next year. I don't think Doug feels quite the same way, even though the edict is we got to win now from Shad Khan. What does that mean? What does that translate to? But Daboll's like, hey, I'm going down swinging. You know, I'm taking my play calls. I think I'm the best offensive mind on this staff. It's going to be on me, and I'm not going to have the regret of I put it in somebody else's hands. So we'll get back to Trevor Lawrence as we go along today. When we return, though, let's go through the NFL, make our predictions. Who's going to win all these divisions? Who are the wild cards? What's the Super Bowl matchup for February 2025. Will it include your Jacksonville Jaguars? We'll discuss when we return in a moment. Breakfast Bowl less than an hour away as well. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Lickety Split, one of our newest sponsors here. You know, it gets so hot in North Florida. When your AC goes out, man, you don't need help tomorrow. You need help now, like right now, like Lickety Split. Call them, get same-day service for your AC. They can handle plumbing. They handle electric. They're local, family-owned and operated right here in Jacksonville with a huge fleet of techs and trucks to take care of your problem, Lickety Split. Servicing all of Northeast Florida, Jacksonville, Oakley, St. Augustine, Orange Park, Fleming, Ponte Vedra Beach, every place you can imagine. Go online and see them at licketysplitfl.com.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Hey, Scarline here. If you're like me in the fall, you want to watch football, not clean. Enter Molly Maid, voted Bold City Best Cleaning Service 3 years in a row. Molly Maid is reliable, friendly, and thorough. Visit mollymaid.com.
Imagine stepping out of your cozy cabin on a crisp fall morning, coffee in hand, a stunning view from your private porch greets you. You spend the day relaxing at the tiki bar or taking a dip in the year-round pool while catching the big game on TV. Welcome to Island Oaks RV Resort, just past McClenny off exit 333. Book your cabin that sleeps 4 to 6 people. A close, affordable getaway with activities for the whole family. Make memories that last at Island Oaks RV Resort, islandoaksrvresort.com.
Jaguars Today, Thursday, is brought to you by
Cannons of Jacksonville.
If you're looking for the best in indoor air quality, I've got the experts to call. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jaguars, specializing in the best air quality for your home or work with the Remy Halo. Instead of waiting for pollutants to travel through the ductwork to be neutralized, the Halo cell releases friendly oxidizers every time your fan blows air, helping those in your home that suffer from allergies and other respiratory issues. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and start enjoying cool comfort and clean air.
It's the best time of the year again. It's football season, and with football season here, fantasy football has arrived. And forget the season-long leagues. Underdog Fantasy and the Underdog Fantasy app is the way to go. I've been playing it now for almost a year, and it is just suits me to a T. First of all, it's simple, right? Just choose higher or lower statistical projections or compete against others in player v. player fantasy games. Either way, there's so many options. There's research there on the site. It's easy to use, and right now, you can get a little bit extra. That's right. Go to the mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code PROSSER. They're going to give you a special to use on your first contest and a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code PROSSER, and claim your new customer offer. Do it right now, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Got to be 18 or over, got to be present in the state where it's played, and call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org if you have a problem.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API-SP test limits.
You've waited patiently, and the wait is almost over. And NFL football is back.
That's awesome.
Kickoff week on 1010XL is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Let the games begin. A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
This is Tony Baselli, Pro Football Hall of Famer. I was known for protecting our quarterback. These days, I'm extending that protection to a different arena, your home. I have partnered with Heritage Roofing of North Florida, your premier local roofers with over 25 years of experience. Heritage is your go-to roofer for hurricane preparation, with same-day inspections and estimates. They also work with all insurance companies. Let Heritage Roofing of North Florida safeguard your home and family. Visit heritagenfl.com for your free estimate today.
State license CCC 1335410.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
As the Jaguars gear up to face the Miami Dolphins this Sunday, quarterback Trevor Lawrence spoke with the media yesterday afternoon on working with Jags' new veteran center, Mitch Morse.
Communication's great. Really smart player. Obviously, he's played a lot of ball. You know, the thing is, when you're playing with a veteran guy like that up front that's seen a lot, and he's ran every different run scheme and protection stuff, he's seen every look, and he's very clear and decisive on what he likes, what he doesn't like. You know, I think he does a really good job of voicing that, and we've communicated. And obviously, this is our first opportunity to actually prepare and plan for an opponent. So that'll be a different element of all week. You're looking at different things, and you know the defense and the looks you're going to get. It'll be good to see how this goes this first week, but I got a lot of confidence.
I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mike DeRocco is powered by Lickety Split AC, Plumbing and Electric on 1010XL.
D-Rock, what'd you go with your team name for your Jaguars Today fantasy squad?
I went with a listener's suggestion.
So we got to get him a T-shirt.
Yeah, I went with D Will Rock You, which I thought was the best and pretty funny.
It's not bad. I thought maybe that Gene Fournette thought those were the actual lyrics to the song, but that
it's possible.
Not it is right. More than one thing can be true. We love you, Gene. We kid. I don't really. You know, it's the beat writers that lay into Gene Fournette.
What are you doing?
What am I talking about? It's just the truth. You guys.
What are you doing?
Every Jaguars Today
Don Watson.
team name that you've had is
Don
been
Watson
Gene Fournette related.
Please.
What am I doing?
Reach out to me on Twitter, and I will shoot your contact information and address or whatever over to the people at 1010. We'll get you a shirt. What's the shirt again?
It's one of the Duval Pride Worldwide shirts.
Okay.
Sun never sets on Duval County with the off-brand teal that it went with. That's just the way it is. It's a beautiful shirt.
Yeah, I'm glad we could do it for Don. That was pretty. I really like the name. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, you get Don's info and like what size T-shirt he wants, and I'll make sure he gets the shirt, and we'll get it all together, and we'll contact Don. And thank you for your interest, Don, and we appreciate it. D Will.
Yeah, since I chose your name, Don, you're going to have to Venmo me half of the breakfast total every week if I buy.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't know if you knew that, but that's how that works. That was the stipulation.
That's between
you
you and Don.
don't think he knew that by entering a team name, he's somehow on the hook for half
money.
the breakfast bowl?
Yes.
Look, you know what?
Fine print.
If it's not in writing,
Fine print, so you know what.
Have no
Does he get to send you a short list of players he wants every week?
I don't have to listen to it, but yes, he's more than happy. Willing.
Give me a cheat sheet.
He's more than welcome to send whatever player names he wants.
All right. Let's go through because we're going to write these down. That makes it official, I suppose, based on what you just mentioned. Let's go through our predictions for division winners, wild cards, and the like. Tony, I'm going to go with Philadelphia in the NFC East. Boring. That's where I'm at. I felt that was a two-team race. I'm not ready to say Washington's ready to take that division. So who you got?
I'll take Philadelphia as well.
A lot of people do have Washington as like a dark horse kind of wild card team more than anything.
When you said two-team race, I was like, yeah, them in Dallas? Okay. Washington just caught me off guard a little bit.
Well, no, because I said two-team race, and I'm not ready to put Washington in that mix. So
Philadelphia is my champ in the East. Yeah.
D-Rock, who you got?
I got the Cowboys. I'm going to stick with the Cowboys there.
Dallas.
I just like that offense.
All about Rico Dowdle.
All about CD Lamb.
Rico Dowdle, baby. I got him in every Jaguars Today league. Got him in all three across the board.
I need Dak Prescott to throw 30 touchdowns
Rico Dowdle. Dylan Denmark, who you got?
Cowboys.
Cowboy, baby. All right. Dallas it is. Dylan, why don't you tell us who you got in the NFC North then?
Lions.
Detroit. Will everyone have Detroit? Who doesn't have Detroit? Raise a hand. All right, we all get Detroit. I mean, they're loaded, right? There's no question about it. That's another two-team race, or so it appears. Sorry, Taylor Dahl.
Mm-hmm.
All right, D-Rock, who you got in the South in the NFC?
I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a repeat.
Bay. You are Mr. Chalk. Tampa Bay. Tony, who you got?
Atlanta.
Okay, so do I. I'm going with Atlanta.
Same.
And Atlanta for you, Mr. Denmark?
Yeah, I don't like this, but the Falcons always, you pick them in fantasy, I bet on them. They always disappoint me, but...
Well, the South is the division that gets flipped a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like, traditionally, they get flipped a lot, and they were really close last year. It's not like there was a big gap between the top and the middle of that division. It was close. Atlanta, I think, with Kirk Cousins, that's enough to give them a little bit of an edge.
Cousins, they got a few late additions on defense. Justin Simmons and Matthew Judon that are going to
I don't think the division's going to be great again this year, but I think
you don't think Carolina's a breakout team in the NFL?
No.
Nor do I. Dylan, who you got in the West?
The Rams.
L.A. Rams. D-Rock?
I stick with the 49ers.
So do I.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer the window's open, but it's open right now.
I think it is, right? Like, I feel like this is an all-in year for San Francisco to see if they can get it done. All hands on deck, Trent Williams included. All right, D-Rock, who are your three wildcard teams in the NFC? Don't have to give them in any particular order. If you don't want
good.
to.
Philadelphia, Green Bay, and Atlanta.
Philly, Green Bay, Atlanta. Tony.
Green Bay, Dallas, Chicago.
Green Bay, Dallas, Chicago. Dylan?
49ers, Packers, Commanders.
See, I told you. Crazy people got Washington as breakout team. I don't think it's
I don't think it's
it happens every year, right? They're going to be breakout teams.
Houston did it last year with a rookie quarterback.
True story. I've got the LA Rams, Dallas, and Green Bay. So we're all, we're not exactly sticking our necks out in the NFC here. Atlanta winning the South, Chicago's a good one for Tony.
Two of the 7 teams that weren't playoff teams, or 3 with Philadelphia. 3 of the 7 teams weren't playoff teams last year.
Philly wasn't a playoff team last year?
No.
They did, didn't they?
They played the Bucks. Remember they got...
I thought they got beat right before that.
No, the
maybe
Eagles,
you're right.
they made it. They lost to the Bucks, and they got embarrassed.
Yeah.
Man, my pea brain can't remember anything. All right, I think I just have one because
Atlanta's the only one I have.
The way it is.
That didn't make it last year.
Yeah, that's going to get blown up badly, right? Jared Goff sprains his ankle in week 2, and all bets are off. Hendon Hooker, come on down.
No doubt, yeah.
All right, let's go to the AFC.
Here we go.
Tony Smith, who's the East?
Buffalo.
Hello. Dylan Denmark.
Yeah, the Bills. I ain't buying the Jets. The Dolphins' chance to win the division was last year. And the Patriots are doo-doo.
That was their chance. They had the one chance.
That's it.
They're not going to run it back this year. Who you got?
Shuffle off the Buffalo.
I do have the Jets winning the division, and
Really?
it's no lingering old Jets fandom in me. I think they got the best defense in the division, and I think their quarterback, if he stays healthy, but you can say that about anybody, is as good as any in the division. I don't think he's necessarily MVP level Aaron Rodgers, but they should have a great running game, great defense. I like them in the AFC East, so I got the Jets in there. D-Rock, who you got in the North?
I have the Ravens. I'm going to stick chalk there.
The Ravens. Tony, for you?
Cincinnati.
Cincy for Tony. Dylan?
Ravens.
Baltimore, and I've got Baltimore in there as well. All right, let's go to the West. We'll skip the South for now. Raise your hand if you don't have Kansas City. I see no hands up. Don't think we need to really dwell on that. If you want, raise your hand if you've got an AFC West team as a wild card. Anybody?
Wait, let me look. I do.
You do? Okay, well, we'll get to that. AFC South. Dylan Denmark, who's winning the South?
We're going boomer bust. Indianapolis Colts.
Indianapolis Colts. Ooh. How's that boomer bust?
Well, because I'm all relying on Anthony Richardson. He gets hurt, and that's you forget about it.
When,
gotcha.
Not if. When.
Gotcha. D-Rock.
I'm going with the Jags.
Jacksonville Jaguars, because you're a
bad guy, right?
No, you're a good guy.
Now we'll wait for the breakfast bowl to figure out bad guy stuff.
Right, yeah.
As soon as he picks Tyreek Hill this week, he's a bad
I don't know.
guy.
Is that guy on my list as the number one receiver to take this week? I don't know.
Tony?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, baby. You know I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, look, they were a half game from winning it last week, right? Just win any one of those games where they collapse down the stretch. As good as C.J. Stroud was last year, and I get it. Houston may be better. All right, so we've got division winners locked in. Tony, give me your wild cards, please.
Baltimore, Houston, and the Jets.
Houston and the Jets. All right, Dylan.
Jaguars, the Chargers.
Try to make up for things now.
And the Texans. I got 3 teams in the AFC South in the playoffs.
L.A. Chargers.
Tennessee must be miserable.
Tennessee. No, Houston is the one. He's gotten last place.
Yeah, but that means that Tennessee must be miserable because there's 3 teams in the division.
Did you say Houston? I could have sworn he said Tennessee was his last one. Who's your Houston's your last one?
It was the Jags, the Chargers, and the Texans.
Yeah.
Oh, the Tech. Okay, that's what it was. I thought you said Tennessee instead of Texans.
Left your hearing aids at home, too.
I did, apparently, leave them at home. Mike Duraco of ESPN fame.
Yeah, I have Houston, Cincinnati, and Miami, so I don't have the Jets in.
Houston, Cincy, Miami. I've got Houston, Cincinnati, and Miami, too, which means I don't have the Bills in. So all you suckers picking them to win the division.
You crazy.
Well, we'll find out. That defense got some serious question marks, I think, this year, and we'll see how well they get along with Stephon Diggs.
They do.
He wasn't great statistically for him last year anyway, but I do think he changed how teams played them defensively. Look.
Yeah, I think of the picking division winners, I think the AFC East was the hardest one for me to decide between Buffalo and the Jets. I have them both in the playoffs. You obviously left Buffalo out, but that was the toughest one for me to figure out in my head.
Got to leave somebody out, Tone.
Yeah.
Would have liked to have it been the Texans, but wasn't the case.
Yeah.
LA Chargers getting in there. Are you buying the Harbaugh hype pockets? Where are you at on that?
Yes,
Is that what it is?
I'm a believer, and they have a favorable schedule.
With their 400-pound fullback.
Yes.
They do have a big fullback, right? He's listed as like a fullback and like a defensive tackle or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Super Bowl matchup. Just give me the 2 teams that are going to play. You don't have to pick the winner. Tony, who you got?
Yeah, I went very chalky here. Kansas City over Detroit.
KC, Detroit. Dylan.
Detroit over KC.
Detroit over KC. Mr. Duraco.
Super Bowl champ Kansas City Chiefs over the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay. And, again, we don't have to pick who wins it.
No, yeah.
Let's go Jackson.
There we go.
Jacksonville, Detroit, baby. I'm going with the Lions to unseat San Francisco, and somebody's got to beat Kansas City eventually.
Yeah.
They're not going to win them all.
I saw, Gibby came in with us before the show yesterday and was talking about Mojo not having put ETN on the top 10 running back list that he does, every year going into. I was like, yeah, but he had him in the Super Bowl.
He had him in the Super Bowl, right?
Like, that way makes up for ETN not being in his top 10 running back.
Call me a homer, but MJD had the Jags, who he played for, and the Rams, who he works for in the Super Bowl. So,
hey, man.
Yeah.
You do you.
You believe with your heart.
Mojo's mojo,
Make
man.
your
He
prediction.
is. Mojo's going to absolutely
He's loyal to himself and his guys.
He used to
There's
crack
no
me up
doubt.
every year. Like, other than picking himself first in fantasy, he always wanted Phillip Rivers first. You know why? Phillip's going to sling that rock. Like, MJD. They're all going to sling that rock, okay? Have you seen the NFL these days? It's a pass-happy league. But
He loves him some Phillip Rivers.
He does love him some Phillip Rivers.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know, that's absolutely fine. All right, more from Trevor Lawrence when we return in a moment. Breakfast Bowl on the way as, what do we got? Press Taylor and Ryan Nielsen speaking today. You'll hear from those guys throughout the course of the afternoon on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Make Friday feel like the weekend. We're wasting time. That's why we give you Pre-Game Friday. Let's do it. Come on. We'll get you ready for the games. Brought to you by Dream Finders Homes, official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and MyBookie on 1010XL.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sportsbook app, and they're so stoked for the kickoff of the season. You know why? Because never before in September have we been able to legally bet on football. This year, for the first time ever, people in Florida can bet on ball. College kicks off this weekend with a big bunch of games, and all you have to do to get started is download the Hard Rock Bet app or go online at hardrock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Need or want cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
You are locked into Jaguars Today Thursday with Cannons of Jacksonville.
Homeowners, good news for you. Accent on 4. Listen up. Loan Pronto now has mortgage rates that start with a 4. Prosser here. It's true. Mortgage rates have plummeted. So low, we haven't seen them in a long time. If your current rate is over 6%, you can dump it and lower your house payment big time. Loan Pronto just locked in a homeowner at 4.99% APR. So whether you got your loan last week, last month, or last year, it's time to call Loan Pronto. Even if you're in process with another lender, stop now. Call Loan Pronto. Ask about their zero-cost rate reduction home loan. You can lock in a lower rate with no closing costs in a matter of days, with almost no paperwork and usually no appraisal. And if you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call now. Loan Pronto can give you a rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Call 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Owner approved credit, NMLS consumeraccess.org.
Hey, David again with Royal Pest Services. TAP Insulation stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Keep your home cool, noise out, and pests dead. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free inspection.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Okay, you've decided it's time to sell your home. How do you go from a problem to a promise? Listen, there are problems that come with selling one's homes, but with the promise of ChadandSandy.com, you're going to get there, and you're going to get there in the best possible way. You see, here's the promise. Your home sold, guaranteed, or they will buy it. So go to ChadandSandy.com. Listen, lots of stories of proof out there. We're going to get to those in just a second. But maybe you need more space for your office or growing family, or you're worried about costly repairs. Chad and Sandy are the local real estate experts you can trust. We recommend them for the sale of your home. They guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price. By a deadline or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You get it all with Chad and Sandy. Don't believe me? Ask Stephen and Marlene in Eagle Hammock. We needed to move quickly to Ohio to be with family. We heard about Chad and Sandy on the radio, and all we heard is true. Call Chad and Sandy today or go to ChadandSandy.com.
Get more Garnet and Gold on the Seminole Report.
Follow the Seminole Warpath to college football glory.
Brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team. Stay close to the Seminoles with the Florida State Seminole Report on 1010XL.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Are you ready to upgrade your home? Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Andersen. Energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires September 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit rbafla.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Florida head coach Billy Napier made the announcement everyone was expecting after quarterback Graham Mertz went into concussion protocol.
He is farther into the protocol, so as of now, DJ will start the game. Clay and Aiden will be the backup.
Gator linebacker Grayson Howard says the defense got right to work following the loss to Miami.
We got right to it, broke it down, talked about it. We looked at it and we critiqued it for real and got back to practice.
FSU quarterback DJ Uyungale's poor performance in the Noles 0-2 start has many Seminole fans calling for a quarterback change to help salvage the season, and he didn't win as far as to chant "We want Brock" during last week's loss, referring to freshman Brock Glenn, who took over last year after Jordan Travis' season was cut short by injury. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 10:56, it's 84 degrees. Time at 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mike DeRocco is powered by Lickety Split AC, Plumbing and Electric on 1010XL.
You look powered up today, as a matter
Not
of
as
fact.
powered up as you are.
I am.
apparently.
We found these Celsius energy drinks contain a lot of milligrams of caffeine. You know, I'm gonna have to check because I've switched over to like the packs usually. You know, you pour them in a bottle of water, and my Publix moved them, and I couldn't find them for like a week. Like, where in the store did they put them? I'm not gonna ask. You know, I'm that guy. I will. Are you kidding me? Like, ask
then
for
I won't
directions,
be able to
honey.
complain.
Right. I
Sounds
just
like a
want to.
man.
I don't want to go around. So I got one of the old cans, and we decided to look up just how much caffeine. Tony must have thought I was on edge or something. He's like, how much caffeine's in that thing?
No, because my friend, I told you, he had a friend that told him that he was drinking something with 500 milligrams of caffeine in it before he worked out. And I was asking if his friend is okay. Did he survive the workout? Because that's nuts. That's why it hit my mind. I was like, how much caffeine is in there? I wasn't sure. 200, that's not a small amount.
No, Monster Energy has like 85 in a can.
Which is roughly what we looked up, roughly the same amount as a cup of coffee.
Yes.
So you're drinking 2 cups of coffee.
You ever drink one of those pre-workout drinks, like scoop of pink powder? And
I don't really like shakes or mixed stuff like that. So no.
I mean, those things you want to talk about get you rolling
through the roof.
I mean, that's what they're supposed to be there for.
In there?
That's what Tony's talking about. His buddy drinking something with 500 milligrams.
Or he just overdosed himself on the 500.
Could be that. Could be that as
He's
well.
just like chewing coffee beans.
Could be that. I don't know. Breakfast bowl, 20-ish minutes away.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God. And we drew. I feel duped and
You
hoodwinked
should not feel
I'm
duped.
only kidding. I'm leaning into it, D-Rock. Tony, we do it every year. We don't do reverse order.
No.
We're starting fresh this year. Draw a number. Somehow the two-time defending champ gets the first pick this week.
Makes you think.
Somehow
I was the last one to pick.
Right. Somehow which makes
Everyone
me
else-
wonder, did
everyone
any
else
of those
picked.
pieces of paper have a one on it?
Pick one.
D-Rock?
He's got his thumb hidden over one.
When I picked, there was only one in his hand, so I don't know what he's talking about. No, I got 4. So it's going to be Tony, Dylan, D-Rock, me.
Yeah.
Draft
I was
order.
concerned about the keeping it straight out. You can see the paper that I tore it from, that it was a little bit uneven on the bottom.
I know who Tony's taking. He's got it written in there.
Right. Like, I'm not shy about it. But I tore the extra little pieces off because I would know which numbers were what with the extra pieces. I would know, that's the one that didn't have the extra edge. So I even tore that off. I did everything I could to make it as even as possible. Y'all picked what you picked.
So I got the highest number. That means I get to pick my draft spot. Is that how that works?
No.
Right? I have the most votes for my draft spot, 4.
We are making the rules up, and this was
Damn
as we
right
go
we
along
are.
anyway. So what's the difference? We just made up another rule.
Well, we just made up the rule that from now, whoever finishes last overall will buy breakfast on the inaugural Breakfast Bowl day, provided we're all here next year.
Yes.
Right.
Dylan may be on to greater things as a podcast
I'll be a
star.
YouTuber by then.
Yeah,
we may
a
have said that
full-time
last
YouTuber.
year and forgot. Like,
probably
that might
did.
have been something that happened. We were like,
Hey, D-Rock, where's our breakfast? Huh?
You left it at the house.
I'm just pointing out that you finished in last year.
did.
I left everything at the house except for my cheat sheet, and I was late and I went back for it. I did leave the cheat sheet. I went back for it. Still got here in time. All right. Why don't we take a brief moment to go around the National Football League?
Now, gems around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
Houston and backup quarterback Davis Mills have agreed to a 1-year, $5 million contract extension that will keep him under contract with the Texans through the 2025 season. Indianapolis wide receiver Josh Downs did not practice on Wednesday with an ankle injury. Head coach Shane Steichen said his availability for Sunday against Houston is very much up in the air right now. Cincinnati wide receiver Jamar Chase was a limited participant in practice yesterday after not practicing on Monday as the contract dispute between Chase and the Bengals remains unresolved. Atlanta tight end Kyle Pitts was limited in practice Wednesday due to a hamstring injury. He told the media after practice that he will be close to 100% for the game. But again, we'll see what the practice report looks like on Thursday for him up there in Atlanta. The top 2 tight ends on the Panthers depth chart, Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble, both missed practice on Wednesday. Thomas listed with a calf injury. Tremble listed with hamstring and back injuries. Green Bay running back Marshawn Lloyd was upgraded to a limited practice participant after missing practice on Tuesday. The Packers play the Eagles tomorrow night, and the NFL season gets going tonight with the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs beginning their bid to make it 3 in a row tonight at Arrowhead in a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game against the Baltimore Ravens at 8:20 on NBC and Peacock. Kansas City has ruled out wide receiver Marquise Brown for tonight's game.
I'm just looking at this. Tomorrow's game is Peacock exclusive. Not tomorrow. Friday's game is a Peacock exclusive.
Yes.
Just
get an internet stream, my boy.
It just drives me nuts because, I do a radio show through the internet. Right? I mean, that's how it gets broadcast. So if I'm streaming while I'm doing that, it's not always ideal, No. And I've got Peacock.
I do not.
But I only have it in the bedroom. That's the only place we can get it. So in the house, but that's just the way it is. So
you'll be watching the game from the bedroom.
I won't be because I'll be on the air. I'll watch the first half from the bedroom, and then I
just
will
turn it up loud
go on
enough
the air
that you can kind of hear it when you lift the. It's like, I think Jalen Hurts scored.
I don't think I will need to rely on that. I could bring up the ESPN Gamecast.
Yeah, the internet will let you know. Yes.
Which would be fantastic. But you can't see Jalen Hurts running around.
No.
for the score.
Cannot. But, I mean, I'm not buying Peacock just to watch that game.
I have it through a friend who gives me free 6 months at a time through Halloween Horror Nights. Like, they just give it out like candy for people who go to Halloween Horror Nights. It's like, here's a free 6 months of Peacock. And if you go to multiple nights, now you got a year of Peacock if you want it. Like, as many tickets as you buy for the event, they give you 6 months for free.
There's always a workaround.
I think my Peacock is actually free, too, because I don't know if it's because of Comcast or something where I've got way too many streaming services, man.
We all do.
I don't even look at Peacock. I like, what the hell do I even have Hulu for? Honestly, I don't know at this point.
Because Disney owns part of it. That's why.
Is that what it is? I want to support you?
Yes.
And
100%.
And the mouse? That's
Yes.
what it is. All right.
I have Hulu Live.
Then when's
That's
the
all
next
I watch.
season of Handmaid's Tale coming out, all right?
Look, I can't tell you.
That's what I'm waiting for. That's my wife loves that show.
You say that like you know and just can't tell us, D-Rock.
I just can't tell
It's
you.
in the vault, the Disney vault.
There are a lot. I have to take a class every year about safeguarding information, and I just can't tell you.
That Disney vault thing is pretty smart, by the way. They make you think like, hey, this VHS tape of Beauty and the Beast, you won't be able to get for another 30 years when we
put it back
six
in the vault.
iterations of technology beyond VHS, but it's in the vault right now. So Fan Cam is checking in this morning at 641-1010. We'll get a few thoughts in from Trevor Lawrence here in a moment, including on the matchup with Miami. Cam, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. I hope everybody's having a good day. Football starts today.
Yeah, man. You went all in on the Jags and the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver room last night, it appeared.
Well, thanks as always for drafting with us like that. It's a blast. And Tommy did all the drafting, so I'm not sure exactly who we got.
Did he? Did he do all the drafting? I got to know. How did this go down?
I suspect there'll be a laugh or two tomorrow morning related to this.
McManus was he really making picks last night?
Can I plead the fifth?
No, you already opened your mouth.
You've opened the stage. We're on redirect here, I believe.
Yes. On redirect, I will admit that it turned out Tommy had band practice last night.
Band practice. Yeah, it's like softball practice.
That is like some double talk right there. Hold on now.
Yeah. So, but Fan Cam, true to his fandom, took Etienne in round one. Later got Evan Ingram and Trevor Lawrence, but also got Xavier Worthy, Marquise Brown, and Rashee Rice, if I'm not mistaken, all from the Chiefs. Is that right, Fan Cam?
Is that what Tommy picked? That sounds good.
Yeah, whatever Tommy picked last night. Somebody was enjoying themselves. Were you at Monkey's Uncle last night? Where were you?
No, that was the original plan,
Okay.
but things came up, so I did it from the den here with Tommy's huge amount of help from Tom. And before I forget, I just want to publicly acknowledge, D-Rock, you kicked my butt last year in our sack contest, and I owe you a round of golf. I'd love to take you for a loop out here at the beautiful Jack's Beach course when it cools off a little bit, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Remind me what that bet was again, by the way.
Well, you said the Jags wouldn't have 35 sacks, and I really thought they were going to have about 42 to 45. So I made the mistake of not going anywhere near your number and went to my number, and they didn't make it anywhere near 42 there. So you won, and the bet was over-under on 42 sacks, and I'd appreciate it if you give me a chance to win that round back this year with the same bet if you'll do it.
Yeah.
So he owes you a round of golf. He wants to go double or nothing.
He wants
on
me to
it.
go double or nothing.
So what are the
Well,
terms?
I don't want to do double or nothing because I want to take you out for your free round of golf, but a chance to win one back next year.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Are we going to stick with the same numbers, or do we get to choose different numbers here? Because what are you thinking?
Well, I'll be willing to rerun 42 if you'll do it. I'd rather have 40, but 42 will be fine with me.
All right, let's do it.
So,
all right.
Fan Cam, you got the over. D-Rock, you have the under?
I got 42 and over. Mike's got 41 and under, if that's good with the Rock.
Yeah.
All right. So he just took 42 right off the board from you. You see how he did that? He took the middle.
It's okay.
And just
We're
grabbed
good.
it and went
Fan
that
Cam's
direction.
a good dude. We'll do this.
He is a good dude.
We'll go play in October when the Jags are in London and I am not.
That sounds like a plan. Boy, it's a beautiful course since the renovation out here. They've kept it up, and they've shortened it and made some kind of drivable par fours, and it's a fun course to play. And I look forward to taking you out. And you guys have fun with Tommy and the roster tomorrow. And I hope everybody, and particularly the Jags, has a great weekend. And let's kick some Dolphin butt. You got one for me?
All right, Cam. We appreciate you, brother. See, no countdown needed on that one right there. And we got to the bottom of the secrets there. All this, we're going to be a monkey's uncle knocking him back, and we're tough. No McManus, and Fan Cam is at parts unknown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are you going to do with this, man? Nevertheless, defending champ. I think he claims he's a two-time defending champ. That may be the case, honestly.
Could be, yeah.
Cam's pretty sneaky at that. It did look like some McManus-level picks, though, last night, I thought. So.
Did he say two-time defending or he's won twice?
I don't know. I think he said defending, but I thought he said that maybe in the chat last night. But I'm pretty sure he's won a couple. Don't know if they're back-to-back, but, doesn't really matter. If it didn't happen to me, it didn't happen. Right? All right, let's get a couple of quick thoughts in here from Trevor Lawrence. And before we get to the Breakfast Bowl, the potential for a shootout. What are your thoughts on having to match scores with the Miami Dolphins this week?
We got a lot of confidence in our defense, so you're always hoping it's not that. And I got a lot of faith and belief in them. But, reality is you play against a lot of good teams every week. You're playing against great players. So that's always a possibility. But I got a lot of faith in our defense and not concerned about it. But to your point, there are times where we're going to have to pick up the load and carry the defense a little bit, and vice versa. They're going to have to some games carry us, and we're not getting anything going. We're a little bit, stalling out drives. They got to come up with some big stops, and vice versa.
We're all feeling the energy as the regular season is upon us in the NFL. Kicks off tonight. Jaguars kick off on Sunday. We're all ready for the road trip to Miami coming up this weekend. We're all pumped up about it. I imagine the locker room is as well. Trevor Lawrence was asked about his excitement, where it's at, getting ready for this matchup against Miami.
Excited. Yeah, really excited. I'm sure I always get a little game day nervous, stomach's tight. It's harder to eat in the morning, stuff like that. But once you kick it off, you settle in really quick. So I wouldn't say there's anything added to it except for just excitement. I think as you play longer, it's going to my fourth year, you get really excited when you get to actually game plan and prepare for an opponent, because you go through training camp, and obviously training camp is very necessary and really important. But towards the end of training camp, you're like, all right, let's just get to week one and let's play somebody.
Week one's here, a little bit more practice, and then the Jags on a plane to South Florida and hopefully picking up the first W of the season. When we return, somebody is going to get their first W of the season with the weekly Breakfast Bowl winner, but we won't figure out who that is until the games are played this weekend. The Breakfast Bowl kicking off. What would that be? It's 7th year? Did we count how many past champs, Tone? 6 past champions or 5? 5. So our 6th year, like I said, 6th year of the Breakfast Bowl.
Math is hard.
It is very hard.
I'm using my fingers to go, 6. Yeah, there we go.
All right, that's coming up next with Mike DeRocco in studio. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. It has begun.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Get game day going with news and notes, injury updates, and everything you need to know to enjoy the game on the Terminix Kickoff Show.
Go, go, go!
5 hours before kickoff. Presented by Clearwater Irrigation and Gatorade on 1010XL.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. Get your tickets now, starting at just $25 for grounds passes. And if you're a country music fan, grab your tickets to see Brothers Osborne at Daly's Place Tuesday, October 1st for the Furyk Foundation concert sponsored by Ring Power. Learn everything you need to know at ConstellationFurykandFriends.com.
Denny Thompson here. If you want to work with new tech security cameras or home automation, Tyson Sound & Security is a growing company looking for you now. Tyson is now hiring for sales, technician, and administrative positions. You'll start at the industry's most competitive pay, and they will train you. Apply online at TysonSoundandSecurity.com or call 762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security hiring sales, technicians, and administrative. Call 762-1000. Equal Opportunity Employer.
You know when you said come over for the fight? We thought you meant your house.
You guys want another round of Bud Lights?
Service is better here. And so is the beer.
Bud Light is back as the official beer sponsor of UFC. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Jaguars Today Thursday is hitched to Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
Hey there, all you fun-loving sports maniacs, a.k.a. taco lovers. Don here from Taco Lou. I'm quite proud to say that we have the best staff in all of Duval.
Don't you mean Louval?
Say hello to Lizzie.
Hello, Jacksonville.
I suppose I do mean Louval. Say, Liz, what's your favorite cocktail to make?
The Double Barrel Margarita. It's Herradura, Tequila Reposado, orange liqueur, orange juice, and our homemade sour mix. We call it Lou Brew. Give it a good shake and serve.
Well, thanks, Lizzie.
Come in and hang with me at the bar. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
David Garrard could really spin it on the field.
Garrard fires.
Now he's spinning stories on Jaguars Today.
Okay, yeah.
Brought to you by WaterboyJax.com. Mondays, 10 to noon on 1010XL. Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Jacksonville is now open, and you're invited in as a VIP to tour the all-new facility. Be one of the first 100 people to check out the complete lineup of luxury vehicles by September 8th and see if you can crack the code to win a brand new car. See dealer for details. No purchase necessary. Genesis of NortheastJacksonville.com. And now open on Atlantic Boulevard. Genesis, where luxury is redefined.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you be active, reach weight loss goals, and find your inner strength while you connect with your community. Family memberships at the Y include unlimited group exercise classes, childcare while you work out, and youth sports participation. It's easy to join the Y and affordable for all. Plus, the Y is a great place to meet a new circle of friends. Visit the Y near you or online at fcymca.org.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
The Sunshine State says it all in the nickname. That summer sun in Florida can take its toll on an air conditioning unit and send your electric bill through the roof. Florida Home AC can help you handle the heat with a brand new AC unit with low monthly payments and over $3,000 in federal tax credits on select systems. So this summer, don't sweat it out. Cool off with Florida Home AC, the official AC company of the Jaguars. Call them today, 777-4300, and check out their tremendous savings on a brand new AC system.
Hey, Carline here. If you're like me in the fall, you want to watch football, not clean. Enter Molly Maid, voted Bold City Best Cleaning Service 3 years in a row. Molly Maid is reliable, friendly, and thorough. Visit mollymaid.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beautiful people all across the world. Let's get ready for the Breakfast Bowl Challenge!
Mike DeRocco is powered by Lickety Split AC, Plumbing and Electric on 1010XL.
All right, Breakfast Bowl year 6.
Heck yeah, baby.
It's the reason this program exists, really, right? The rest of it's filler.
The reason the station exists, I thought, yes.
I didn't want to put everybody else on blast like that, but actually accurate. That is true,
100%.
right? Everything else, all the revenue we generate, it's all to make sure that we can sit down here with Mike DeRocco and draft 5 fantasy players each every week.
I thought it was
the
for
NFL
all the
season.
funds that I spent on the breakfast last year.
It's for all the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. And for the funds you spent on breakfast. It's for all these things. Draft order today. Tony, Dylan, D-Rock, myself. Little snake draft. We draft every week a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and a flex. You can take anyone that hasn't already been taken by somebody else in the draft or that you have not used all year long. That's the key.
Should not be an issue this week.
It's not an issue this week, but it is typically one and done. So if you screw up and you try to take Christian McCaffrey twice, we're going to be all over that and give you the big fat 0, which we very much enjoy doing.
And we toss out the high and low score.
Oh, yeah. Are we doing that this year since we're voting on everything? What do you think? High and low score out? Yeah, we've been doing that the last several years.
Why not?
But that's led to Tony winning. So that's interesting.
And he's the one who does it every week.
Right, he is the one who scores this every week. Has anyone independently checked his math?
For the record,
Oh,
I've
God,
also
no.
had the high score of anyone both of the last 2 years for any week.
I don't recall that.
Right, and that's the one that's been thrown out both years.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Don't recall that.
Yeah.
At all.
I don't want to check his math. I am not good at math at all.
I know, because I put it in every week.
All right, here we go. You know it's point perception drafting. Should be pretty straightforward. Tony, who you taking?
Hopefully this is the last time for this competition I get to pick first, because hopefully I don't lose a week as we go through the year. I'll start with one of this is, again, I didn't care about having the number 1 pick, happened to draw it. I'll take a guy that I know is healthy enough to play this week. Who knows when it's not going to be healthy enough to play in any given week. Anthony Richardson will be my pick.
They're all susceptible to getting injured there, D-Rock. I don't know what he's concerned about, but I would have taken Anthony Richardson as well.
This is my number 1 guy, too.
Right?
It's like, I better get him before week 3.
All right. Well, at least before week 5. What do you got, Dylan?
Running back, Kyren Williams.
Kyren Williams, the lead punt returner for the LA Rams. After all the consternation about Kyren's going to return punts, man, you can see that Kyren's going to return punts. What does that mean? His workload's going to be reduced. Blake Corum is your number 1 kickoff returner for the LA Rams. So they're both doing the exact same thing, basically. Kyren Williams, come on down. D-Rock, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the get them before they get hurt thing. I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley.
Saquon, wow. Predicting grievous injury for one
has
Saquon
disappointed
Barkley.
me in many fantasy leagues.
All right.
So let me get him out of the way now.
Well, on the theory that this guy's going to miss the next 17 weeks, let's go C.J. Stroud right out of the gates, right? Because clearly that's going to happen for that skinny little twig right there.
The hope that he gets hurt?
No, you know what? Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Did I say that out loud? I'm kidding. I mean, his feelings will be hurt so much that he will quit football. Dylan and I, on the break, Dylan was talking about, he goes, who's Tony taking? Because I had seen the sheet. He had Anthony Richardson written in. I said, he's taking Richardson. He goes, yeah, man, that game's got the highest over-under. I'm like, damn it, he's taking Stroud. He's taking Stroud before I can get him. So give me Stroud and give me, oh, boy, a lot of ways to go here. I'm going to go with Dalton Kincaid at tight end for your Buffalo Bills. D-Rock's got Saquon Barkley.
I'm going to go with Puka.
Puka. Who's also healthy at the moment.
Yes, he is.
All right, Mr. Denmark. I like ketchup.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sun God, come on down. Tony Smith gets back-to-back selections.
I will take Kenneth Walker.
He was high on my list.
And Mike Evans.
Okay. All right, Dylan.
Let me take Trey McBride. Tight end.
Okay, you got him. D-Rock.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kyler Murray.
Okay. Kyler. Probably could have waited a pick there since I already got Stroud, but that's okay.
It's only year 6.
You do you.
Happens to be D-Rock, too, by the way. It's all fine.
No, it's fine.
It's all good.
Give it who you want.
Thanks for breakfast this morning, by the way. Let's see here. I'm going to go with Aaron Jones. Again, in the category of get them while they're healthy. And then I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara as the flex. So doubling up on the running back position. D-Rock, back to you. Tight end or a flex?
Mark Andrews, please.
Mandrews. Dylan, quarterback or a flex?
Well, no, smart guy would go flex because y'all have already got your quarterback.
Smart guy would do that.
So I will go Michael Pittman of the Colts.
Wouldn't it have been awesome if he had given us a quarterback there? Like, smart guy would set himself up. Michael Pittman, it is. Trying to steal some points from Tony, perhaps. Tony, tight end and a flex.
I'll go Jake Ferguson at tight end there. And James Cook.
James Cook. All right, I just want to check one thing here. Yes, Cook. All right, Dylan, quarterback.
Jared Goff.
Doubling up. I'm on Raw, St. Brown there. D-Rock in the flex.
DK Metcalf.
And, boy, tempted to go with a guy tonight. Really am.
Do it.
Tempted to, but I'm going to go Cooper Kupp.
I was going to say, you should go with a guy tomorrow night that you can't watch while you're on your radio show.
Especially if it was like at a position I already drafted. You would have liked that, I'm sure. All right, here's what we got. Tony Smith going with Anthony Richardson, Kenneth Walker, Mike Evans, Jake Ferguson, and James Cook. Dylan Denmark has Jared Goff, Kyron Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Trey McBride, Michael Pittman Jr., D-Rock going with Kyler Murray, Saquon Barkley, Puka Nacua, Mark Andrews, and DK Metcalf, and I will roll out C.J. Stroud, Aaron Jones, Cooper Kupp, Dalton Kincaid, Alvin Kamara. Low score for the week. We'll buy breakfast next Thursday, and there we go. Season-long rolling contest.
Excited.
On the way.
I'm more excited for this than I am for, like, the regular season to start. Honestly, just because of the Breakfast Bowl. I'm more excited for the Breakfast Bowl.
Well, you know, we are very excited about the Breakfast Bowl. I will be not happy if I have to buy breakfast, but I would trade buying breakfast for a Jaguar dub opening up the season against Miami. You know, big time. But your expectations, D-Rock, we know we got press conferences you got to go cover here. So we're going to get you out here in just a couple of minutes. This week, let's start with against the Miami Dolphins. What are your expectations as the Jags head to South Florida?
Yeah, I think they go down there and win. The Dolphins' offensive line is just in disarray. It's not very good.
That's what we're counting on, right?
Yeah, and I think that the Jags are going to be able to get to 2. I know that Tua wants to get rid of the ball quick, and he does, but I do think that they can get to him. And he's I've not been a Tua guy. He underthrows balls when he has plenty of time with an alarming regularity. So you get to him, knock him around a little bit, come up with a couple of picks, and I think they win this game. 7-8 points maybe, 31-24 type of thing.
31-24, all right. Something in that range. You haven't even made your official ESPN prediction.
Well, I don't think we're doing predictions anymore. I think we stopped with the score predictions there, yeah.
Really?
So, yeah. So now they're just my official ESPN.
I would think now with
with
the proliferation of legal wagering that they want that more than ever over there at ESPN.
I don't know. I don't think so.
If they do, they can tune in every Thursday.
On Thursday,
the
10
Jaguars
to 11:30,
Today.
yes.
By the way, somebody brought this up yesterday. I didn't even really think about this. They signed Calais Campbell fairly late in the summer. Calais and Jalen best friends, right? What's that locker room dynamic like?
Yeah,
Jalen didn't always have the most respect for Calais Campbell here in Jacksonville.
No, he didn't. And, that's look, Jalen's more mature now than he was back then. I ran into Jalen at the Pro Bowl last year and wasn't sure what to expect. It was the Thursday night skills competition, and he was exceedingly pleasant. Remembered me. We chatted for a few minutes and all that other stuff. I got a couple of quotes for some stories I was working on. He was fantastic.
So is he mature enough now to not fake any more injuries for the rest of his career?
Yeah, I don't.
Not sure?
You didn't ask him that?
I did see that they're not sure if he's practicing again today either.
I like that. D-Rock does not cover the Miami Dolphins on a regular basis. So.
Not that I know of.
All right, D-Rock, we appreciate it. Great to see you. Brought to you by Lickety Split, AC, and electric and plumbing. And here with us every Thursday for the Breakfast Bowl and a lot more than that. Go get us some good quotes out of Press Taylor and Ryan Nielsen, and we'll hopefully you'll bring back a W from Miami this weekend.
And I won't have to bring back breakfast either.
You don't have to. Please don't bring it back from Miami, unless you're planning on cooking it Thursday morning. But
I mean,
that'd be a little early.
Parfaits for everyone.
In the fridge, they go.
Purchased on Sunday morning. How bad could that be?
All right, brother. There he goes. Mike DiRocco of ESPN fame. Make sure you're giving him a follow on X or Twitter at ESPN DiRocco. We come back. We got a few more thoughts from your quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. We'll go through some of the Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day responses as well, taking a look at who you think goes to the playoffs out of the AFC. And not everybody homering up like I certainly did this morning. Mike DiRocco on his way out. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark here with you. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Man, speaking of breakfast and the Breakfast Bowl, Danny's got you covered. If you want to start your day off right, maybe you're, I don't know, a little late getting up this morning and needed something quick on the go, swing into an area gate station, head to the Fresh Case, and you know Danny's going to have an outstanding selection, really of a variety of food, sandwiches and subs, and all those light, easy, on-the-go items that they have. But if you just want a hearty breakfast, Danny's got you covered. I love French toast. They've got French toast. They got buttermilk biscuits. They got soft, flaky croissants, light, tasty maple waffles, sizzling country sausage, black forest ham, thick sliced bacon. Your mouth's watering now, right? Can't skip the eggs, peppered fried eggs, and creamy Wisconsin cheddar cheese, and all the many combos that you can put together to get your day off to a great start, or really any time of day. Breakfast is good at any hour, so swing into a gate station, look for the Dandy and Anytime Deli labels. Know you're supporting a local company that supports the sports scene here in Duval. When you're hungry in Duval, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
For all your plumbing needs, call on the Bold City's best. The water heater's broken, disposal doesn't work. Toilet's overflowing, the wife's going berserk. There's water all around me, the faucet sprung a leak. The only way to fix it is to call on Roland Reach, 'cause I got the blues, yeah. Roland Reach Plumbing. Lose the bad plumbing blues and find your peace with Roland Reach.
Yeah.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality product and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Jaguars Today, Thursday, is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Are you looking for quality tires that won't break the bank? Big Chief has you covered. Right now they're offering 6-month financing with the CFNA card, plus $50 off your next service. With no interest for 6 months, it's the perfect time to get those new tires. Schedule your appointment today at BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to take advantage of this incredible deal. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Get Gators play-by-play on 1010XL. Brought to you by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors, proud partner of the Florida Gators. He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Of course.
Find out if he does.
Is there anything else we need to know?
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey everyone, it's football season and we wanted to go to the drawing board to make this year's predictions. Let's compare our two blonde all-stars. Most touchdowns, best pricing in the market. Most passing yards, gives the most for your trade. Most receptions, free oil changes with every purchase. Super Bowl champion, wow customer service. This looks like a winning season for everyone. Come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where you can score big all season long.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjax.com.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here. Look, most goals we set for ourselves have a pretty clear course. I want a trip to Las Vegas. So you read a couple of reviews, talk to a few friends, save up some money, and you book it. Maybe a couple of choices along the way, but overall, it's a clear course to reach your goal. Now, if your goal is to lose 40 or 50 pounds, where's the clear path? You read reviews, talk with a few friends, and try something out. When it doesn't work, you're disappointed. Look, we've all been there, and it stinks. Know what I say? Stop trying to do what I did and start doing. Reach your goal with Awaken 180. It's a clear course to success without the disappointment. No guesswork, no trial and error, and no medication side effects. I'm proof. I dropped 26 pounds my first go at it, and it was simple. A word never associated with weight loss except when referring to Awaken 180. Choose the simple, clear course to success with the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about putting your worries in the right bucket. So often we put our worries in our own bucket, but many times they need to be in God's bucket. The Bible says, present your problems always to God. In other words, leave them in God's bucket. Understand that no matter what is out of your control, it's never out of the control of Almighty God.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
For the greenest, lushest lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Preparing for his first NFL game, rookie quarterback Jarian Jones, drafted by the Jags in the 3rd round from Florida State, spoke with 1010XL's Hayes Carline on his excitement for his first game.
Super excited. It's my first one, first real game, actually. So I'm just excited to go out there with the guys, showcase what we've been learning, what we've been doing, so I'm just ready to have fun.
Jones followed up with sharing the advice defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen gave him.
I mean, just really having your eyes in the right spot and then just going out there and just being you, playing free. You do all the work throughout the week to get to the game. So when you get to the game, just be free, have fun, everything going to fall where it's supposed to.
Sound courtesy of Jaguars.com. I'm Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, cooling it down as the Jags trying to heat up heading into week one with the Miami Dolphins. We'll get to a little bit more Trevor Lawrence audio here coming up, Tony, and want to go around and take a look at some of these predictions that people are making. Not everyone homers up like I do. I'm like, what the hell, man? Pick Kansas City, go to the Super Bowl, pick the Jags. There's really no repercussions, so I'm going to go throw my heart out there.
I'm just having some fun. It's all good.
Absolutely. And I do think it's certainly within the realm of possibility. I think most teams who make the postseason have that chance. Not everybody. Sometimes you limp into the postseason. I do think you have to have an aspect of your team that can, for a month's time, play exceptional football. And it helps if it's the passing game in today's NFL. But whether it's that with the Jags, the pass rush, hopefully they can get that running game going this week. I think that's going to be a big factor in whether or not they beat the Miami Dolphins. We'll break that down tomorrow. Keys to victory. Friday for the first one this offseason. Don't presume because we asked you to give us 7 AFC teams, we're doing the same for the NFC tomorrow. We just homered up with the AFC today. All right, let's get a few more thoughts from the quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, before we get to some of those predictions rolling in here and focusing on some of the teammates he's going to be lining up with. He's talking about, as we heard Doug Peterson say yesterday, expect no restrictions on Christian Kirk. What's his comfort level, Trevor's, on having Kirk back in the lineup?
Definitely. Obviously, he's an important part of our offense, our team, what he brings to the table. I think we all saw how important he was last year when we were missing him. Just the things that he's able to do, really, in every aspect of the game. He contributes and he's a playmaker. So very dependable, and it's going to be great to have him back out there.
We know last year that the offensive line was a big issue for the team. Specifically at center, they made the only change along the offensive line was bringing in veteran center Mitch Morse to replace Fortner. So what exactly is that going to look like? How improved can that unit be with Morse coming in? We'll find that out beginning on Sunday against the Dolphins. And Trevor was asked about working with Mitch Morse, his new center.
Communication's great. Really smart player. Obviously, he's played a lot of ball. The thing is, when you're playing with a veteran guy like that up front that's seen a lot, and he's ran every different run scheme and protection stuff, he's seen every look, and he's very clear and decisive on what he likes, what he doesn't like, his opinion on different things. I think he does a really good job of voicing that, and we've communicated. And obviously, this is our first opportunity to actually prepare and plan for an opponent, so that'll be a different element of all week. You're looking at different things, and the defense and the looks you're going to get. Obviously, like I said, this week it's a little bit tough because it is a new defensive coordinator, but it'll be good to see how this goes this first week. But I got a lot of confidence, and we've communicated great so far, so I have no concerns.
A lot of eyes going to be on Mitch Morse, obviously, this week. I mean, really, Trevor Lawrence is the story and will be as long as he's playing quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's just the nature of the game.
Yeah.
But, I don't think there's anybody, certainly making a debut, that people are putting more stock in and keeping their fingers crossed, or however you want to put it, Tony, hoping that Mitch Morse lives up to the top end of his billing. Yeah,
the high fives in bars and living rooms across this city the first time they convert a 3rd and 1 by handing it off.
If imagine they got 3rd and 3 at the 3 and they score a touchdown right up the gut with ETN.
Oh, my goodness.
Man. Did I say the Jags are winning the Super Bowl? I've got them winning the next 6 Super Bowls at that point in time. That's a little over the top.
It's a pretty good indication of what you expect on Sunday, I would imagine.
I'm hoping that they can convert some of that short-yardage stuff. All right, it's week 1, right? You want to get off to a good start. Trevor Lawrence, how much importance do you place on this week 1 game?
Very important. Every week is, every week's crucial. You just never know down the line. It's early, it's week 1, and you think you got 17 games, but at the end of the season, you never want to be in a position, think of last year, for example, where you look back and, of course, we finished the season bad, but you also look back to the beginning and you're like, man, we let some games slip early that would have gave us even more room at the end of the season. So it's really important. Obviously this is an AFC team too, so that's important. But every game is crucial, and you put everything into it, and you just try to go 1-0 each week, and you got to keep that tunnel vision for 17 weeks straight. That's what it is. So we got to start with just 1 though this week.
All right, there you go. A little bit from your quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. By the way, if I had the offseason, he's been working out. It's pretty evident. His physique, he's a little more well-built, right? Yeah. I'd be wearing those cut-off sleeve outfits to every press conference as well if I were Trevor Lawrence right now. And then I would go try to stand next to Tua in pregame warmups as much as possible as well. So, the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, mixed bag. Would you agree, Tone? From time to time, a lot of vitriol sometimes on the text line. I'd try to just roll past those.
Yeah.
So I get one that starts, and I can just see the top of it. I'm like, I don't want to click on this. I don't know. It's shows like this, and I'm like, oh, God, where is this headed? It's shows like this that make you feel better about life. I love the chemistry with all you guys. All right, that's it. Call that a day right there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That might be the nicest text we've gotten on the text line, quite frankly. So, and I love the fact that the timestamp proves it happened during Jaguars Today. That's key as well. But I'm think I can identify. By the way, Stream East. Yes, I will look into Stream East. A lot of people are saying that's how you can watch Peacock. We'll see. I used to be one of those guys that was big on streaming things on the internet.
Voyaging on the open seas.
I really was, right? And still from time to time, I may go down that rabbit hole. But now having all the streaming services, I don't need to nearly as much. And live sports, at least for me, has never worked as well. Like if you want to watch a TV show or a movie or something like that, you can. And rumor has it they're out there, and you don't have to exactly go to the dark web to find them. But thank you for those who put in the Stream East. For the ones who are just taking all the personal shots, thank you as well for your interest and your ears listening to Jaguars Today. But we're not going to read your texts aloud. All right, Tone. So let's get to some of these predictions, starting with our man Duval Doom, who, along with Chef Jags, absolutely came in and crushed the July 4th barbecue fiesta that we had, the cookout fiesta. Doom is going Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, and Jaguars in the AFC South. Those are your division winners with the Texans, Bengals, and Chargers in the wild card. So you and Doom, I don't know if you feel good or bad about that, Dylan. You both had the Chargers as a wild card team.
Like it.
You respect the wisdom of Duval Doom is what you're saying.
Yeah, we all in Harbaugh we trust.
All right, fine. He did go on to say, with the Chiefs beating the Ravens in the AFC Championship game again. So again, even the homers are not necessarily homers like I am. Let's see. Joe Jags in no particular order. Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, Jags, Dolphins, Chargers again, and Bengals. A lot of people putting faith in Jim Harbaugh's return to the National Football League. I'll see if I can find some outliers here. Scott's got the Jags in there. He's got the Bills. Looks like a division winner. Dolphins going from the AFC East as well. Another one with the Chargers, Code Blue. It's got the Jags in there, got the Texans in there looking like a wild card, and the Chargers in there as well. Here's one with Cleveland, it looks like, as a division winner, at least based on where Q Revere puts them. Kansas City, Cleveland, Miami, Indy, Baltimore, Jacksonville, and Houston. So 3 teams from the AFC South getting in. Let's see. Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, Jags, Texans, Bengals, Jets as wild cards. Not a lot of. I wonder. Do you think there's some Jets backlash? Like if you turn on ESPN, I feel like over 50% of the personalities on ESPN root for the Jets. Right? They're very.
It's a bunch.
Oh, there are a lot of them on there. It's not just Mike Greenberg, right? And you get the Aaron Rodgers narrative shoved down your throat over and over and over again, and people are, "You're a Jets fan." I used to be a Jets fan, but trust me, I'm not.
The world is not full of Jets fans.
If the Jets go 0-17. Fine. I don't. At this point, I do not care, but I do think they're going to be good.
It's a weird thing with the Jets anyway because they've never been a popular team, right? Like they've never had.
They've always been the second favorite team in their own city.
They've never had any long enough run of success for it to become a big deal to be a Jets fan ever. Like in the history of the franchise, they've never had that kind of run. You grew up in the area, so you chose the Jets over the Giants, and for whatever reasons that people would do that, right? And the reasons don't have to be good or bad. It's just the reason you choose to take the Jets over the Giants. It's been weird watching the last couple of years, like all these people show up as if this is the world needs the Jets back. No, they don't. They never needed them at all.
No. But when the Giants are bad, it kind of fills that vacuum a little bit for that media market.
To some degree.
Well, it feels even more pronounced because I don't hear that many people on ESPN talking about the Giants. It's just a weird dynamic. There are so many, whether it's the radio hosts or TV hosts, whatever.
And the Rodgers thing obviously feeds into that.
Obvious. I mean, it's over the top. It's like, in fact, I'm almost the other end. Used to root for the Jets, long-suffering, the whole 9 yards. Fine. Now, Mike Greenberg is so, just like, that's all he ever wants to talk about, that I really kind of would relish the idea of the Jets being absolutely miserable once again. Wouldn't bother me in the least. Let's see. Kurt's got Pittsburgh in as a wild card. I think that's the first time we've seen that. And he's also got the Chargers in there. Got the Jags winning the South. Chris goes with the Jags in there. Texans, Bengals, Dolphins as wild cards. Pretty chalky. That's okay. Jets, Ravens, Chiefs, Jets, Jags. Dom goes with the Jags looking. He's got them listed last week. He goes Dolphins, Jets, Bills, 3 from the AFC East. Ravens, Chiefs, Texans, Jags, 2 from the South. By seeding, Andrew's got the Jags second to Kansas City right here. Cleveland at 7. Not a lot of love for the Cleveland Browns. Really good defense.
Sean's a mess.
That's what it seems like, right? It really comes down to. Had a Cleveland Browns reporter on Sirius XM the other day, and I think I mentioned it even after we had him on the night before, Tone, and they're just like, if we had any kind of confidence in Deshaun Watson, we just have no idea if he's ever going to be a shadow of what he used to be.
It's kind of that weird thing because you and I both had the Jets in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
And it's because we look at them and say that defense is one of the best in the league, right? Among all 32 teams, they're among the handful of the best in the entire National Football League. Well, Cleveland has that too. And for whatever reason, Rodgers is less in the way in my mind than Deshaun is going into the season. For that team to be like, and it's a large degree of separation between those two as far as who's more likely to get in the way. Aaron could get hurt again. Who knows? How that's going to work out that way. But Deshaun is a bit of a mess when he's been on the field since he got to Cleveland.
Yeah, no doubt. By the way, I'll end with this one. Kevin. Scott, the Raiders winning the AFC West.
That'd be something.
How about that? Does not have the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a Gardner guy.
Got to be a Gardner guy, right? He's got the Jets, Texans, Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Dolphins as wild cards. So going out on. So no Jags, no Chiefs. What are we doing, Kevin? Come on. All right, Dylan, let's put a bow on it.
Now, the 2-minute drill brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
All right, with Jaguars programming coming up this afternoon, XL Primetime moving up a couple hours. Leon, seriously, I feel like I never see you anymore.
I miss you. I miss you guys.
We do. We miss you. Walked in, I'm like, God, we get to talk to Leon today.
Absolutely.
Happy kickoff of the season.
I'm ready for it. What better game than tonight?
Jags Dolphins. But,
of course.
Being a homer about it's a good one. And then we get Philadelphia Green Bay on a Friday night on top of that. So just in general, what's your biggest concern for the Jags as it stands 3 days away from the opener?
Running the ball.
Right. Will they be able to run it?
Being able to run the ball. Being one-dimensional, not having a balanced offense.
Would open up so much.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, putting the load on Trevor, having to throw the ball too many times. Yeah.
Tony, we were just talking about basically. Yeah. We're going to throw a party if they convert a 3rd and 3 on the ground.
Oh my goodness!
Can you imagine if they run ETN between the tackles and get it?
And it's not a question of whether ETN can do it; it's whether the offensive line will allow it. I trust that ETN's fine in any of those situations.
Oh, no doubt.
Tony, I just want a stalemate. Give me a stalemate. I'm not asking you to push anybody off the ball. If you can just give me a decent stalemate, especially when this team last year, 25% of the time, either lost yards or didn't get any yards. That's crazy.
Yeah. Leon, what you guys cooking today?
Oh well, we're gonna talk about the division, AFC, NFC. Who will be the winners? Who will be the wild cards? What about Super Bowl predictions?
You stole our idea.
Did we?
It's not like every sports radio show in America is not doing that today.
Well, we want to get it in before the game starts.
Absolutely, my man. Yeah. It's great to see you.
Great to see you.
And let's have a wonderful season.
Let's do it.
Let's hope the Jags are AFC South champs once again.
Let's go do it.
All right, Big Sirs, XL Primetime coming your way for the next couple of hours.
Yeah, it's a bit different tonight. Last year with the season opener against Detroit, I think the whole world was kind of pulling for Detroit because it'd be nice to see Kansas City go down.
Yeah.
And that's it. Baltimore's a bit of a different story, at least in my mind. It's like I don't really care whichever team wins tonight. I was pulling hard for Detroit in the opener last year. Tonight, Neither one will make me happy.
Watch Rashee Rice go off tonight because I did almost take. He was the guy I was thinking about taking tonight with Marquise Brown out and Xavier Worthy just getting his feet wet.
Yeah.
Could see that. But I also got Marlon Humphrey maybe matching up with you a little bit tonight
Could
as
be.
well. So I just
Look at that. We're talking matchups. The NFL must be here.
It's fantastic, man. I do hate taking the Thursday night guys if we can avoid it, though, because then if you get that stinker, you got to sit on it for 3 days.
Yes, you do.
It's going, oh, damn. Somehow Tony got the first pick. Can't believe it. Like you said, don't care who wins tonight. And, one of them starting 0-1. So let's get the Jags off to a good start. We'll be here with Tom McManus tomorrow to talk keys to victory. Getting it done versus the Miami Dolphins. For Mike DeRocco, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. Thank you all for listening to Jaguars Today, and keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.